All right, so you see now the right eye is cleared up a lot, right? Itself. Like I said, I know. That's why I'm worried I might be being shot or something. I don't know. I mean, it's just a guess, but. Right. That could be somehow the, I don't know, medication or food, but I don't know. I've ate it all before, right? You know what I mean? It's not nothing I don't normally eat. So what is it? Right. What's going on? And why? And why? Obviously, like I said, it's clear the night before too. Then the next morning, it's what? Bloodshot. Like the movie. Right, right. So what's going on? And you're not going to admit if you are trying to murder me and still attempt to murder a retard. I knew that. Would you? Would you? Nope, nope. Especially if it didn't work and you know you shot me. So, one of both, one of both. Right. I've heard of double tap even. But see, healing like the Wolverine, because Jesus could heal all those around him, even those with leprosy, like I said, I know. And with the spear wound and with the beating, right? I know. The wounds at the hand and feet, right? And again, his shroud was wrapped around him, right? Or bound around him. The person who's on the other shroud, it looks like the cloth was draped. You could get that kind of image if the cloth isn't bound but draped over the body. And there's only one other man we know historically in Rome who was crucified upside down. That's Peter, right? And you would definitely have to nail him through the wrist if upside down. Because then his body weight would be distributed differently than Jesus's, right? And part of that is about lifting yourself up. Well, Peter would have a lot of difficulty and could die probably sooner than Jesus too, right? Because all that blood flow goes to his head, right? And he might have died quicker than Christ, probably within 3 hours. But there are two men, not one. And the burial practices of the Jews in Palestine is different than, right? Rome, right? Now they say they think they see some kind of Jewish objects around him, but that would be who? Peter around the shroud, right, itself, right? But as if placed on it, right? Now, if you wrap the body head to toe and just lightly, right, do so, right, it would not fully compress to the body. It was putting the image too, right? Yes, it would. Yes, it would. We're not talking bound. We're talking loosely draped, right? I'm talking something different than how Christ was buried, right? Plus, the napkin is missing, right? And see, the napkin was placed separately from the shroud itself, right? One was on one end, one was on the other of the tomb, right? Now, Mary found it gone first. Now, like I said, if you want to go batshit, Okay, we could say Peter and the other 11 at this time could have got more men, right? 500, right? Paul mentions 500 seeing Christ after the resurrection, right? After the death on the cross, right? And they did bring him out the tomb. But then they would have to dispose of the body, right? Completely. And there's only one place they could do that, where they burnt the sacrifices. Right, right. But what happened after that, right? And like I said, the women kept going back. They even claimed to hold Christ by his feet, right? Why? Because he was no longer dead, right? Yes, you can't touch a dead thing, but if you're resurrected from the dead, you're no longer dead either, right? Exactly. So that's your problem, right? And see, Ezekiel also mentions the Valley of Dry Bones, which is also a reference to Israel, but Christ is resurrected first as the first brother and sister to be resurrected for us all. Now, what's our problem? We're not believing in him right. Well, like I said, if you have to believe in something, there's only one way to believe in it, and that's the right way. If you're believing in it the wrong way, you're not really fully committed to it. Don't matter your source, right? If you're blaming Constantine, if you're blaming the disciples, if you're blaming the Old Testament and the New, right? Because you got to read it together, right? Otherwise, you're not reading it all, right? You're reading parts of it like they taught you in the old. That's how the Jews read their Bible. They don't always read Psalms 53 the same way we do, right? Or 52, or 54. Right. And that's the whole point, right? All right.